Hi, this is Tamara from mooglyblog.com, and in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about how to make post stitches. I will be using Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick. I happen to have a couple of the bonus bundles with me today, and I'll also be using a USN Furls hook. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about post stitches. Alright, now post stitches aren't so much a stitch themselves, but a way of making the stitches you already know. And one of the things about post stitches is you need a field of other stitches to work into. So I've just worked a row of double crochet here. Now you don't have to switch colors to work post stitches. I've just done that here to make it a little bit easier to see. So I've worked into the middle of this row just a little bit. I've got a couple of half double crochets here. Again, this stitch doesn't matter. I'm just trying to kind of set us up so I can demonstrate how the post stitches themselves work. Now, post stitches are different than other stitches because with normal stitches you would probably work under the top two loops. Sometimes you might work in the back loop only or the front loop only, but generally speaking you're working into the top of the stitch. Other stitches you might work between the posts or into a chain space. Post stitches are a little different. For post stitches we're actually going to work around the post right there of the stitches in the previous row, or whichever row is indicated in the pattern. So let me explain how to make a front post double crochet. Again, this could be worked with any stitch. I'm just using double crochets because that's one of the most common stitches. There's two kinds of post stitches, front post and back post. We'll make the front post first. I'm going to yarn over just as I normally would for a double crochet, and instead of going into those top two loops for a front post stitch, I'm going to go from the front to one side of the post and come up on the other side in the same direction I would normally work. So I go right between the post of the stitch I already crocheted into and the next one, the one I'm trying to make the post stitch around. I will go from the front to the back and then push the hook from the back to the front. Then I'll yarn over, pull that loop right on around the post, and finish my double crochet just as I normally would. Now you could do this front post stitch with a treble crochet if you wanted to. Yarn over twice, go around, we'll just do the next one here, from the front to the back, yarn over, pull up your loop, and work a treble crochet. You could do this on and on and on, quadruple, double, treble, just keep going. You can go as high as you want with these. You can also, of course, do it with half double. I'll yarn over, go around, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all three. Or even single crochet. No yarn over needed. Just go around, pull up that loop, and finish your stitch as normal. So that's how you would make the front post stitches. Now let's pull these back out and take a look at back post stitches. Now a back post stitch is the same thing. We're working around the post. We're just coming from the other direction. So I'll start again with a double crochet since that's most common. Yarn over. And now I'm going to put my hook behind my fabric and come up around that post from behind and go around the front of the post to the back. In back of my fabric, that's where I'll do my yarn over and pull that loop up, and that can be a little bit tricky, so that can take a couple tries sometimes. Pulling that back loop up from behind is probably the hardest part of making post stitches, but from there again, you just finish your stitch as normal. Let's do that one more time with double crochet. I'll yarn over, come from the back of the fabric to the front between the posts, go around the post of the stitch I'm working into in the pattern, yarn over, right there, pull it around to the back, pull that loop up so you can finish your stitch. There it was with double crochets. You can see this puts this stitch behind the fabric. We've just got the little loops showing there. And from the back, they actually look like front post stitches, which is one of the keys to making patterns with post stitches. It depends which side you're looking at, how they appear. So that's two back post double crochets. Now let's work a back post treble crochet. We'll yarn over twice, come from behind, go around the stitch, pull our loop all the way across and around, and finish our treble crochet. Just like so. Same thing for half double crochet, yarn over once, back post half double crochet, you pull up that loop, finish your stitch just as you normally would, And then of course, same thing for single crochet. No need to yarn over first, just go around, pull up your loop, and make your stitch. You can see, get a great peek of color here if you've switched colors. Otherwise, you're just going to get a whole lot of texture when you use post stitches. And of course, then you can combine front post stitches, back post stitches, make things like ribbing for cuffs, necklines, hems. You can combine them and use them to make the great cabled patterns. There's lots of different ways you can use post stitches in crochet. And that's the basic idea of how they're made. It's just a matter of going around the post rather than at the top. And if it's a front post stitch, you enter from the front and come around. If it's a back post stitch, you enter from the back and come around that way. So that is the basics of post stitches. I hope you'll give them a try. If you liked this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.